Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Dapper Dividends and our continuing cold source series that we've got going on here. Is Johnson & Johnson a buy after their recent earnings? Yes. Yes, they are. For me, in my personal opinion, Johnson & Johnson is a buy. They are one of my top 3 favorite stocks. So this marked a full year of double beats on earnings and revenue. Earnings was $1.86 reported versus $1.83 expected for a 1.76% surprise. And revenue was $22.48 billion versus $21.62 expected for a 3.95% surprise. Full year result, 2020 sales were 0.6% increase, $82.6 billion. They do have 28 platforms or products that are currently bringing in $1 billion in sales. Fourth quarter sales grew 8.3% to $22.5 billion, while GAAP earnings fell 56% to $1.70. And as we saw, the full year was up 0.6% to $82 billion, while the GAAP earnings fell 2.7% to $14.7 billion. Consumer health in the fourth quarter eked out a 1.4% gain for $3.6 billion. Pharmaceuticals crushed it for JNJ, 16.3% increase to $12.2 billion. Medical devices fell 0.7% to $6.5 billion, and this was expected because of the deferred elective medical procedures. The nose jobs and breast augmentations were not considered necessary, so they saw a hit in this department, but they expected that. We all expected that. And when things get back to normal, this too will recover for JNJ. I really like looking at this capital allocation strategy. Very cool that at the top, the highest priority is the organic growth of the business. That's the lifeblood of the company. And then the free cash flow, and then out of the free cash flow, they can mitigate the mergers and acquisition investments, and then the dividends, and at the very bottom is the share repurchases. $10.5 billion J&J returned in dividends to us, the shareholders. Thank you, J&J. I really love that. And check that out, $12.2 billion invested in research and development in 2020. They are serious. You need that R&D to keep growing. And I like to say that you need R&D for your mind. You need to be spending your time and money to research and develop your mind so you can become something bigger and better and not live a life of mediocrity. 2021 sales guidance, they did give it a nice boost. They are predicting $90.5 billion to $91.7 billion in sales, which is a 9.5% to 11% gain. If they can hit those numbers, that would be awesome. And wrapping it up, taking a look at the full year in review for the pharmaceutical segment, 8% gain, $45.5 billion. Consumer health just eked out a 1.1% gain, $14.05 billion for the consumer health. And again, the medical devices was the big laggard because of what we talked about with the deferred medical, elective medical procedures, 11.6% loss, down to $22.95 billion. And next week, Johnson & Johnson will let us know if the single-dose vaccine works. Really cool. What's different from Moderna and Pfizer is that Johnson & Johnson's uses a single dose and it can be stored in your regular refrigerator. It just needs to be chilled. And this is really cool because theirs is a little bit different from Moderna and Pfizer that uses a fat bubble to carry the protein that's going to do its work. Theirs uses a flu virus, a modified flu virus to carry, and it's they said it's like the spaceship that carries the protein into the cells, and it's a little bit better of a design than the fat bubble from what I read. And Alex Gorski did comment on the 45,000 person study testing the single dose vaccine, saying we look forward to sharing further details of our phase 3 study by early next week. I love it. I think it's really cool. This is just such a great company to invest in. They're doing so many great things around the world things that we need in our lives to live, to make people healthy, to make people better, to make our lives easier. Their dividend is safe. I love them as a dividend growth investor. They are just a machine. They are the unstoppable force that is Johnson & Johnson. And one last thing I want to show you is the interest coverage ratio. This is insane, que loco. 100.2. That means Johnson & Johnson currently has $100.20 of operating income to cover every $1 of interest expense. You really want to see something that's 5, kind of on the low end for me, that I'm comfortable with. Johnson & Johnson is 100.2. I got a fever, and the only thing that's going to cure that is J&J. I need more J&J. Expertise comes from the community. Let me know in the comments below what you think about J&J. And as always, click on the degrin.com link that will take you to my bridge portfolio that I am diligently constructing and building every single week. You can see the real-time value and what I have going on there and what I'm invested in. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video.